Hi guys, welcome back to another Tag Tuesday. This is actually round 2 for me. The first one I did, it's not letting me upload it, and I think it's because someone decided to chime in with a song. I don't even know where it came from, but it started singing a song in the middle and I had to stop so that I can run over to turn her off. And I think YouTube was flagging it because of the song that she decided to start playing. So we're gonna go ahead and try this again. We're gonna go ahead and do this. We are doing these tags today. This is the one I actually did on the video, but we're gonna do another one. So hopefully she won't chime in again. But yeah, these are the ones that we're doing. So my tags are 6.5 by 3.5. That is pretty much my standard size because it gives me enough room to be able to play with. So this is what I did. I got a just a regular tag, and I stamped the background with a big stamp. So you can use two of them have this one, and this is the Newsprint and Type, and these two are going to be the same, and this one is the Entomology, this big one with the cursive writing on it. So I'm going to be using that one. I also brought out just a scratch, well, not a scratch, but it's just a 6x6 thin piece of paper that I'm going to be using for the little rosettes. So we're going to make our own this time. I do have the Tim Holtz die, but I'm not going to use it today just because I want to show you how, you can make your own. I'm also using my die cuts. This one is the Vault Lovebirds, and this one is this one that I got, and I'm using the branch. I'm just using the branch for that one. So I just cut out a few of those, and I also cut out a few of the Entomology Die Set. So I have a few of the bugs that I had cut out also in black. And these papers on the top are actually the ones that I had hauled from Journal Say. These are from my haul that I did. And so these are what size are these? Let me see. They're about 3.5 by 7. So these are actually the perfect size to be using on top of my tags. And so these are the lace, and then I got this one, which is like the chipped paint type of deal. So we're going to be using those. And I also brought out my 2.5 scalloped punch so that we can make our rosettes. I have a few little tidbits here and there. So I'm also going to be using these. And these are just black PET floral stickers, and that's what I'm using for the sides here, and then just some ribbon, just little things here and there so that we can add some fun elements to these. So let's get started. I'm going to be a pro by the time I'm finished with this because being my second time having to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to stamp this. So let's stamp this first, and then we can distress the edges, and then we can go in and do everything else. So I'm going to use my Versafine Clair in Nocturne. I'm going to stamp this, and then just get that nice and inky. Let me get a scratch piece of paper just so that I don't get my mat full of ink. And we're going to do green today, right now, because I don't want to use any other colors. So let's kind of put this right in the center because we want to use this as the background. I also brought out my solo paper dolls, Tim Holtz, and some ribbons. I'm also using the Scorched timber to kind of give me that that grunge look. So we're going to give this a minute to dry. In the meantime, we're going to look for the kind of like this one. Ooh, we can stick with the greens. Do that one. Or should we do something like this? Let's see if we have one that might be a little bit darker. So let's see. These are very thin paper, but I just really liked the size of it for one. Let's do that one. And then how thin they are, so it's easier to kind of work with compared to the cardstock. So let's put these off to the side. And this, let's measure it, and then we're going to trim it down. And we're still going to do more cutting, but in the meantime, at least I know the size that I need to be working with. So just trimming that down. And then we're going to choose to see what person we're going to be putting in here. I did want someone that looks like she could be holding something. See, we want her to be holding the branch. So I think this one might work pretty well. So let's do her. I think she looks a little spooky, doesn't she? But yeah, I think that'll work out. So let's use her. And I'm gonna center her here, kind of mark it so that I know whereabouts I need to be kind of cutting. So I'm gonna just poke a hole over here to the side and start ripping. So I have a better handle on it when I rip it this way. So we're just gonna start ripping. We want to do kind of an oval. So I'm gonna go up to the top here and then just kind of work my way around. And I'm ripping upwards because I want that raw edge to show. So like that, when we roll it around, it's gonna give us that extra little shredded kind of edge. So I think this will work. Yeah. Now we're gonna go around and do all the way around. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we are going to be inking them. And I like doing the center hole first because it kind of gives me a better grip on the ripping that I have to do all around the edges. So just to be able to grunge it up a little bit more, it kind of gives me that little bit of a grip. So we're just gonna go around. Doesn't have to be perfect. We want it to look super grungy. Yeah, with the last video I did, I don't even know what I said to trigger her to turn on, but she started playing a song and I'm like, what in the world is happening? And I couldn't get her to stop, and so it played, you know, a few seconds of it, but I'm thinking that that's probably why YouTube isn't letting me upload it. But it's fine, we'll do it again. Let's throw this away. Now we can start kind of grunging this. So this is what we're gonna do. I want to start rolling it back. So I usually use just my thumbs and I start grabbing the edges and I just kind of roll them back a little bit. And we can work with it more when we start to ink it. And so I'm just gonna do this all the way around. If you feel like there's like a little corner or something that's just not letting you go into roll it, rip it. Just rip it right open. See, here's a little piece here that's not letting me. So I'm just gonna rip it and it looks better anyway. So we're just gonna roll it back. All the way around. And around the edges, we're just gonna leave it. We are gonna ink it, but we're not gonna roll it. It's just around this ripped circle part here in the middle. Okay, so there's that. See? Now we can come in with our scorched timber And in a slow circular motion, we're going to ink all around that rolled edge. So you want to do it slowly. You don't want to go too hard on it because it'll rip your paper. So we're just doing it slowly but surely, and then rubbing the ink in a circular motion. So like that, we get the look we want, and it rolls it even more for us by us doing it this way. Okay, I think that's good. Now we can go around the edges here. And then just ink around this. I think I could do it like this too. Might be easier since this paper is pretty thin. I'm going to be shaking my table a little bit though. Just to get rid of a little bit of the white, but still to have that little grungy look. Okay, that's ready. So right now we're going to grab our tag again, and I'm going to be using my paper distresser to just kind of go around the edges here. So just going around all the sides. Now this is optional, and you can always use your scissors if you don't have one of these. But if you're interested, I do leave a link to all of my supplies that I use. And then we can go in and ink the edges of this. Gotta be careful because look, it's still not completely dry. That's the only thing about the Versafine Clair, is that it takes more than a minute to dry. But we're going for the grungy look anyway, so it's fine. I'm gonna grab my glue stick, and I think I'm gonna go in with this so that I have a separate glue sheet. And I'm just gonna go around the edges. I'm gonna leave around my little cutout there. I'm gonna leave that just to kind of give us a little bit more wiggle room when we start tucking things in. So let's see, I think, how do we want it? Yeah, I think we'll do it this way. Do we? Yeah, we'll do it this way. Then just smooth that out, get that down. Open this up a little bit again. Okay. Let's ink around her just a little bit. We can put her right here. And then we can put our branch. We can put it like this. Put it behind her hand, right? Yeah. So I won't glue her hand down just yet. Let me close off my glue stick and then use my art glitter glue to glue her down. I'm not going all the way because, again, I don't want to glue her hand down. I do want to be able to put the branch underneath her hand. So that's going to go like that. Then we're going to put this, goes this way. We're going to put this like this. Yeah. Okay. So let's get our tweezers out for this part because it's just easier for me. And then glue all of this down. Tuck that under her hand. I think about there is good. Okay. All right. I think it's time for us to make these little rosettes. I'm going to do 3. Last one. And then with this, I'm just going to go around and spiral cutting all the way down. We are going to leave a little bit of a base so that we know where to put the bottom of the flower. Okay, so there's one. We want to make sure that we keep it a little bit even with the strips going down. There's 2, and then the last one. These are super easy to make. But of course, if you want to take out your die, you can. Okay, now with my tweezers, having this right side up, I'm going to be folding it to where I can see the white side. Then once it opens, then we'll see the printed side on the inside. So we're just going to roll this around, kind of pressing it down so that it kind of sets in that shape. We're just going to keep rolling and rolling. And then we stick our little base here right underneath. I'm going to hold it, shimmy out my tweezers, and we're going to let it go just a tiny bit. Okay. Even if you let it go all the way, look, it doesn't go very far. So let's go ahead and glue this part down. Put it on that base, and then while we're waiting for that part to dry, we're going to start, even if it rips, I actually prefer it looking when it rips. So we're going to start pulling it open. So again, just kind of trying to fold it back to have it open up a little bit more. Pressing in the center, making sure that that is glued down. And there's our first rosette. Excuse my inky fingers. And then we're going to keep going and do another one. I like to hold the tip of the tweezers in between my fingers, so like that it kind of guides it and it doesn't go everywhere. So just twisting and twisting, hanging on to the base, taking out the tweezers, letting it go, and then again putting glue at the base, making sure that the center is nice and pressed down in the middle so that it touches the glue, and then we can start folding out. So let's just keep going round and round, opening it with our thumbs. There's number 2, and then the last one. So if you don't have double-sided paper, you always want to make sure that you have the printed the printed side up when you're rolling it. And you're going to see the white, but once it's opened, you'll see the printed part of the paper. So just a little rule of thumb. Again, let that go just a tiny bit, holding it down, adding ink to the base, making sure that everything gets nice and glued down. With this glue, you literally have like a millisecond to kind of adjust everything. So now we're going to go around and just open it up a tiny bit. And there we go. Now I'm going to ink them because it does have a little bit of white and I want them to be a little bit more grungy. So while I do this, I was talking to my daughter, my little one, my 7-year-old, and we were on our way to school this morning and she tells me, "Mom, what are we going to do after school?" I go nowhere. Normally if I have to run errands, I'll wait until I pick her up so she can go with me. I don't like going anywhere by myself. Am I the only one? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but if I could wait for one of my kids to come with me, I just feel like I have more fun. And so my little one, she was telling me, "Mommy, are we going to go anywhere?" And I said, "No, I don't think so. I don't think I have any errands to run." And then she goes, "Oh," and I said, "Why? Did you want to go somewhere or what did you want to do?" And she says, "Well, yeah." She says, "I wanted to go somewhere." And I go, "Well, where did you want to go?" And she says, "I wanted to go to Hobby Lobby." Tell me, did I create a monster or what? I go, "Hobby Lobby?" And I go, Why do you want to go to Hobby Lobby?" And she says, "Because I just want to see. We haven't been there in a while." She says, "I just want to see what they have." I just thought it was so cute. I said, "Well, I don't know." I go, "We'll see." Because I have my brother in town. Well, he's actually in town for work. But we're trying to see if he can kind of get away for a little bit so that he can come and visit us. So I kind of want to keep my days open while he's here, just in case he kind of spontaneously can drop by, which is super cool. And it would be the first time that he comes. The first time that he comes to Georgia. So it's exciting. So I'm just kind of adding these flowers to our branch. And I like to use maybe the smallest one closest to her or to whoever I'm putting. So there's that. Isn't that cute? All right. Now, let's see. Now we need to figure out what flowers we want to put next to her. I want something long. Did I just use that one? Yeah. Ooh. Is that too big? Yeah. It's going to kind of cover up a little bit of her, which I guess we don't mind it too much, do we? Let's see what else. I have this one. Ooh, the lilies are a little cool, right? Can you see that? I think we'll do this one. Let's just add it, and then we might have to trim it afterwards. So let's put it here. Let's kind of open this up a little bit and keep it like that. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, now we can trim this part off. trim this. Make sure we've got everything still inked. Okay, now we need to add our bugs. Here, I can add a big one. Do I have a big one? Let's see. Let me see what I have here. I have this one, but, oh, wait a minute. I have a big moth. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. We can add the moth there. And then maybe add a beetle up here. Yeah. Looks like that's gonna work. So let's add glue to this. Making sure we get the antennas. Ooh, I hate when that happens. The tip gets all gunky. So we'll add this here like this. And then we'll add this one to the top here. Now, if you don't want to use, I don't know if I said it yet, but if you don't want to use bugs, because I know that not everybody likes to use bugs in their in their projects, which is fine. So you go ahead and substitute it for butterflies and ladybugs or something cuter if you'd like, or don't put any at all. Add more flowers. Okay, now we need our little ribbon. Let's do the thinner ribbon. So this one I'm actually going to tie it, and then we'll adjust it after. So let's bring that in a little bit. Yep, perfect, right? Yeah. We'll just chop these off a little here. And then we can probably glue it down. It's more just for, like, we can add it right there. I can probably, I think I'm dropping my stickers over here, but I'm thinking let's just staple it. Ooh, perfect. But I don't want that staple to show very much, so I'm just going to use my Sharpie and color that in. And then we can go in with a little bit of this lace that I've been using. We'll cut that down. And I think I'm gonna kind of make it like a little fishtail. So you just fold it in half, and on the side that's folded here, you go down and then you go up to where it's open, and it'll give you a little fishtail. Now, because this is only one-sided with that little scalloped edge, I don't want it to be like this. So I'm going to twist it and make like a little V here on the bottom. And that actually gives me a little bit more of a grip, and it looks better, doesn't it? Have that little V there. And then I will use my hold on. Did I use up all of my? Yep, I used up all of my staples. Darn it. Okay, let's see. How do we do this? Let me get my staples out. Of course, this has to happen now, but I have them here. Luckily, it comes with a lot of refills. So we'll just add that back in. Put that in, like, which way does it go? This way? And then clip that back. Make sure, yep. Okay, let's do that one more time. Twisting it, getting that even Steven there. I'm gonna position that right in the middle here, and then I'm gonna make an X. So hold on. Oops, I think I pushed it down a little bit too far. So my staple was already coming out. Yep, darn it, now it's getting stuck. Okay, let's try this again. I just wasted 2. So let's do this again. You know, I didn't have this problem with my first few that I did. So go figure, right? It always happens. Let me even this out. Come on. Okay. And I'm going to make an X on here. Okay, and again, coloring it in just so that it's not that noticeable. Perfect. And are we done? No. I used these, the little small talk. So let's see what we want to put. Let's see. Let's do this one. We are fearless, what? Independent and original. You got that right. Okay, let's see where we're gonna put this. We are fearless. I'm gonna cut this down. Independent. And original. There it is. All right, now let's try this again and see which one is your favorite now. So we have the green that we made right now. Okay, let me move everything over. We have the green, the black. See that one up close. The red. Okay, and the brown. This one was my very first one that I made. So let me know which one is your favorite. I always love to hear, to see which one, and to see if it's the same one that I like. I'm not going to say, but we'll see. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And I will see you guys in the next one. So bye for now.